Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to my class. This is Aira Wasi from Moonlight International Publishers, and I welcome all of you to the digital academic platform provided by Moonlight Publishers. Grade 5 students, kindly open your English textbook developed by Moonlight Publishers. Unit number 11. Teach the children. This is actually a very inspirational poem. The theme of this poem is avoid social evils. But before starting this poem, I just want to show you this picture. Look at this picture and tell me who is doing right and who is doing wrong. And yes, you can see the boys who are planting, they are doing good. On the other hand, the man who is cutting the tree, he is not doing good. As trees are our life, they give us oxygen. So we should save trees. If not, so we should plant more trees on daily basis. Have you ever planted a plant? And do you like plants? Now it's time to start and explore what the actually poet wants to tell us in this poem. Before starting the recitation of the poem, I just give a brief introduction of this poem. This poem, Teach the Children, is written by John M. Nelson. He actually teaches or tells the people how to avoid social evils. In this poem, the poet addresses the elders and says that they should behave nicely and they should not convert their hatred in the youngers or the children. If they will do like this, they will spoil the society. As we all know, we learn from our parents, we learn from our elders, we learn from our teachers. And if our teachers, parents and elders start teaching us wrong things, what will happen to the society? Obviously, everything will spoil. We cannot live together. If I will tell you not to work with your friend or not to be kind with your friend, so there will be quarrel every time. So that's why as an elder, we should teach good things or we should impart good things in our younger one. During the recitation, we are also going to think critically as we will be exploring the meaning of the difficult words. And then after reading one stanza, I will tell you what the poet actually wants to convey the message. Let's start our recitation. Hate and prejudice are traits that are learned. Hate, we all know about hate. Prejudice means preconception, are traits that are learned. They live, and because of that, so many people get burned. Here, burn doesn't mean that someone is burning. It means to undergo discomfort or pain. They live their lives by the way they are taught, never realizing all the hatred they have brought. In this stanza, the poet describes the evil actions. He tells that hate and prejudice means preconceptions. Both are the things which destroy our comfort, which make us think bad about the other people. And if we will create these kind of hate and prejudice about other person, our younger one definitely learn from us. They will also develop these kind of evil emotions in them because they are learning what we are doing in front of them. I hope students that you are clear about the first stanza. Now let's move to the next stanza. They think they are superior. Superior means of high rank and should dominate. Dominate means to have commanding position with mindsets such as this. Mindset means a fixed state of mind. What will be our fate? Fate means final outcome. When we are young people, make an impression. Impression means idea or feeling. So what will be teaching them is the question. And in this stanza, the poet is telling us that the people who have hate and prejudice in themselves think that they are superior or they are of higher rank and they always want to dominate the other personalities. They do not think what will happen with them. But when they are doing all these things, are they sure? But when they are doing these things, they have no idea what impression they are imparting to the children who are learning from them. Now let's move to stanza 3. Children watch and learn from our actions and words. Our future depends on what they have seen and heard. We must be able to teach them right from wrong. and how easy it should be for us to get along. Get along means survive. And in this stanza, the poet is pointing out us, the elders, that they should treat children very nicely and politely. Because if we will treat them in a harsh way, they will definitely treat us in the same way. If we will tell them how to hate, they will hate us. So that's why we should be very conscious in front of the younger one. Because whatever we are doing, they are learning. We should tell them how they can get good from bad, right from wrong. And if we will do this thing, it will be automatically good for the elders one. Let's move to our fourth stanza. We need to teach the children a right way to live, to love your fellow man and be willing to give. Willing means ready. If the future generations do not repeat the past, we all can have hope that humanity will last. Humanity means the quality of human being, and last means remain. And yes, students, in this stanza, the poet is actually again addressing the elders that they should teach the children to behave nicely, to love each other and to share things with others. If we will make them understand that we have not to follow the hatred or the prejudice which our elders have in themselves, so definitely we are going to maintain the humanity in this world. I hope, students, that you have understood this poem. This is very excellent and inspirational poem. And as an elder, you should also help the community by not imparting hate and prejudice in them. We are human beings. We can do bad things, but doing bad things does not mean that you are going to hate. But if some person is doing bad thing, it doesn't mean that you are going to hate that person. Make him understand. Tell him how to deal with the situation. Deal him with love. So definitely love is a thing which can conquer everything. So now, I hope that through this poem you all have learned that we should not develop hatred and prejudice in us, but we should develop love, sharing, humanity in us. Now it's time to think critically and give the answers of the questions given in our exercise. Write the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem is: the poet conveys a very inspirational message through this poem. He describes how to avoid social evils. He says children learn everything from the elders. So as elders, we should teach children to avoid hatred, look beyond prejudice, learn right from wrong, dream a right way to live, love fellow beings and be willing to give. If we will act like this, we can save the humanity. And yes, this is actually the central idea of the poem. Let's move to our next question. What should we teach our children according to the poem? Recall the poem and just tell what actually the poet wants us to teach our children. And the answer is, according to the poem, we should teach our children a right way to live, to love our fellow men and be willing to give. Question number 3. Why do so many people get burned? Over here, burning is considered as to undergo discomfort and pain. And the answer is, so many people get burned because of hate and prejudice. Question number 4. How do our children learn things from us? And the answer is, our children watch and learn from our actions and words. Question number 5. When should we hope that humanity will last? And the answer is, if the future generations do not repeat the past, we all can hope that humanity will last. I hope, students, that this poem is clear to all of you. And at the end of this lecture, I hope that you will find a positive change in you. Now it's time to move towards our next question. I am going to show you a picture. According to this picture, we are going to fill the blanks by writing the preposition. Sarah is dash the rug. And according to the picture, you can see that Sarah is on the rug. The bananas are dash Sarah and Ariba. Just focus on this picture and tell where are the bananas. And obviously they are in front of Sarah and Ariba. Now focus on the duck and give the answer. The duck is dash the pond. And yes, the duck is in the pond. The football is dash Dad and Fahad. And yes, the football is between Dad and Fahad. The bird's nest is dash the tree. And yes, the bird's nest is on the tree. I hope students that you have also enjoyed this small activity about prepositions. Now we are having 5 words. We are going to find out the meaning of these words and then we are going to use these words in our own sentences. Let's start. First word is generous. The sentence can be, she has always been very generous towards the poor. Next word, lonely. He was a lonely, miserable wretch. Refuse. The patient has the right to refuse treatment. Next word, relieved. I felt relieved when my plane landed safely. Track. He tracked the deer for a mile. After doing these 2 small activities, we are going to recall the poem again and find out the answers. Hate and dash are the traits that are learned. And the options are love, prejudice, care, respect. Just think carefully, recall the poem and give the answer. And yes, option B is correct. Prejudice. People make an impression when we are dash. And the options are old, dead, young and boy. And the answer is young. Our future depends on what our children dash and hear. And the options are see, talk, walk and listen. And the first option is correct, C. People with prejudice think they are dash. And the options are inferior, superior, fair, true. And yes, the answer is superior. The theme of the poem is about dash. And the options are avoiding anger, speaking truth, eluding prejudice, or none of them. And the answer is C. Eluding prejudice. I hope students that you have enjoyed and learned a lot from my video. Now as we have completed reading and critical thinking competency, our rest of the competencies are still left. So I will definitely meet you in the next video with more information about different competencies. Till then, just take care. Allah Hafiz.